Good morning, everyone. I am Jaskaran Singh Nerula, and this is my team Shrey,
Hi.
Manas,
Hello.
Divyansh,
Hello everyone.
and Aram.
Hey everybody.
And we have our special guest here on the panel an artist, a counselor, level 1 functional trainer, and associate instructor, Shifu Kanishka Combatives, Ms. Aditi Khurana. Hello, ma'am.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
I welcome you on behalf of my group. Before we start, I would like to introduce Ms. Aditi. In the era when most of the students were running in the rat race of chasing conventional careers, Miss Aditi chose an offbeat career and became a visual artist. She is the international regional head of School of Visual Arts, New York, for India and Singapore. With a strong skill base and experience ranging from public relations to creative planning, Miss Aditi has played a pivotal role in the dynamic Indian art and design scenario for more than a decade. This includes working closely with pronounced art galleries, collectors, and design forums. Now, we would like to start our interview.
Hi. So my first question to you is, can you please elaborate on your profession?
Sure. So I am the International Regional Head for School of Visual Arts, New York, which is one of the 10 best art and design colleges in United States. We offer 11 BFA in from anything from film, animation, cartooning, visual arts, interior design, and yeah, design, advertising, everything. So my job is to meet 11th and 12th grade students of international schools and reputed schools like yourselves, like Delhi Public School, and just share the information with them about what the college offers. If any of you are looking for going to New York for your undergrad and pursuing a degree in visual arts, then I'm your point of contact. So I give feedback on portfolios, which because there is no interview or there is no entrance exam to get through the college. It is mainly plainly based on submitting your application, writing a statement of intent, and a portfolio that includes 15 to 20 artworks. So yeah, my job actually includes strategizing, branding the college. I look after India and I look after Singapore. So I visit schools and I meet creative heads like yourselves. And yes, I talk to them and I talk about what the college offers and about the whole student experience in New York City, basically. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot. So my next question to you is that were your parents supportive in the decision when you chose art and design for your undergrad?
I was lucky, I would say that yes, they were very supportive. I always knew I wanted to do arts and I wanted to actually have my own ad agency. This was when I was in school. वो टाइम आता है ना क्लास में जब टीचर पूछती है what do you think you want to become, everybody raises their hand. I want to become a pilot, I want to become an engineer, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a doctor. I knew that I wanted to like have an ad agency of my own. I just saw myself as a CEO of a company. But yes, I have purely embraced where life got me. I think it's about the journey and not really about the destination. So yes, if the question is were they supportive, my dad was very, very supportive in letting me choose what really my heart wanted. I was lucky, I would say.
So my question to you is, what were the struggles that you faced during the early days of your profession, and what is the biggest challenge that you face in your day-to-day job?
Okay, very good question. But I think we can replace the word struggle with challenge. Yeah, because we all have challenges in every profession. It's not just about my profession. There are challenges in every profession. Some companies call it strategizing to navigate through the challenges, right? And I think that's what we do in every day. So yes, choosing BFA for my undergrad was not difficult, but getting through the college was. I really thought the entrance exam was very, very difficult for College of Art because it is one of the reputed colleges in Delhi. And coming from my second challenge was that I have been in a convent school, which was an all-girls school in Meerut, from a small town to a big town like Delhi. was a little overwhelming for me. And coming to a co-ed college suddenly where you didn't know how to interact with boys, because since LKG, I was in an all-girls school. That was my second challenge. But getting through the college was, yes, the biggest challenge, because I didn't get through in my first attempt. I went back to Meerut. My dad put me in the only college that was there, in an all girls college. I did 1 year of bachelor's, like just a normal BA, because I was still preparing for the entrance exam and I knew I really wanted to get through in my second attempt. I was in that college while I was in Meerut in that college doing my BA. That college had a uniform. You had to wear a white suit every day and go for your go and study. It was called a Vidva Ashram, actually. Everybody used to tease. Only Thursdays you could wear like colored clothes. So that was very challenging to dress up every morning. And my dad knew how I hate it. And I still remember him telling me that, listen, if you hate wearing this white suit, you better work hard and you get through the college. You're working hard on your entrance exam, get through in your second attempt. And here I am. I did get through in my second attempt. I was really happy to give up and burn that white suit. And yes, so yes, struggle. Yeah, I would say it wasn't really a struggle, but there are challenging things that come every day of life. The second part of the question where you're asking me challenge in my current job, I think I still face that challenge where parents are not very supportive. Coming back to your second question, where I still see that if a parent is a doctor and an engineer, they still want their kid to not choose visual arts and take it as a hobby. They don't realize that when a kid is born, the first thing we give them is crayons and we ask them to fill that apple, right? We all have done that. But when he wants to choose it as a career, then why not let him have that priority? When a kid gets 98%, it is assumed that, oh, 98, you're academically good, do something worthwhile. They still do not see visual art as worthwhile for their child. So my lot of conversations are to tell parents and to share alumni stories of what actually alumni are doing from SVA, how successful they are in each of the fields, whether it is film, whether it is somebody's done interior design, somebody's working in Pixar, DreamWorks, Blue Sky, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. Animators are creating animations, amazing work. So yeah, my lot of my time actually goes into explaining and doing a lot of talking about, that hierarchy of science, commerce, and arts. I still don't get it. I don't know why can't arts be on top? Because art is something that sensitizes people. It really makes you a sensitive human being. You look at life differently. We as artists, we've looked at life differently. We question everything, and we look at the beauty of life. So I think the world needs more artists and more designers to make it a better place to live in. So yeah.
Yeah, so my question is, what made you realize that you should take up art as a profession?
What made me realize I should take up art? I think I was always good at it because that's what you see, okay, what your strengths are. We had biology and I used to do diagrams in my sister's practical book as well, and even her friends. So when I realized that, oh my God, I'm good at drawing and sketching and I should do something in what my strength lies in. So yeah, I think it was simple. Just knowing where my strength lied. I knew I'm not a math person. I knew I was not a science person. I used to struggle with academics. So I thought, let's just take up arts and let's see where life takes you. So yes.
My question is that, did you have any role models?
Okay, it's so interesting. Yesterday only I was listening to a podcast, and there the interviewee said, and it was the same question, that who are your role models? The interviewee said, I think it's not about role models. I think in life we have real models. So I would like to replace role model with real model. And the people who are around you are the ones that you see and you gain strength from them. So my real models actually, for the longest time, have been my mom and my sister, of course. Just seeing them navigate through each day of their life and the way they plan, and the way my mom's living her life right now at 64, and the way my sister, who's a working mom, how she plans her day and she multitasks. And then, yes, I think you come across real people every day, and there's something or the other to learn from them. I've had so many friends who are doing amazing things in their profession, and serving the community and serving the society, sharing their knowledge. And I think these are real models for me. I don't have that one role model that, oh, I want to be like Mother Teresa. No, no. There is something to learn from each person that comes in your life. So yeah.
Yeah. So my question to you is, what was the first achievement that pushed you forward?
Okay. I think it was one of the best days of my life. I would love to share it with all of you. It was a competition of 50 years of independence, an art competition, which was happening in Meerut. I was in 16 to 24 years category, and then there was a 24 to 30 years category. I was 16 that time, and I was in that category. I prepared for the competition. We went to the place where we had to draw and everything. And evening, Shamshad Hussain was coming. He's MF Hussein's nephew, I think, to give away the award. And I had no idea when, and I had given up hope, because I was like, oh my God, I'm competing with seniors. There are so many people who are much more experienced, and then they have created such beautiful things. But when they announced my name, I spooked out. It was the first check of 3,000 rupees. I still have a photocopy of it with me, with which I opened my bank account. I think it just validated more my decision of taking up art. When you get something like this, an award, I still remember it was raining and I was on a two-wheeler with my sister, and we were rushing back home. My dad opened the gates and I hugged him so tight, and I had tears of joy. And that day I realized that, why am I crying? And I didn't know that joy also brings tears. There was something that happens, the chemical locha that happens in your body. And yes, I think that was like one of the most beautiful days of my life. That really, like I said, it really gave me that trust in my decision and to go for my gut feeling that yes, it is visual arts for me. So yeah.
Okay. So my question to you is that, could you please enlighten us on how does a day in your life look like?
How does a day in my life looks like? Okay, I was never a morning person, but since now I live in Goa, I have become a morning person. I wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. I do my 90-minute workout. I do my kickboxing, Muay Thai. My instructor comes home and we do like a 90-minute. And I think that's like the kickstart to my day. I feel a lot of energy when I do that. And I live with 7 cats. They're all around right now. So yes, I enjoy my day with all 7 of them. They are very outdoorsy cats. They go out, they come back in. I feed them their first meal in the morning, second in the afternoon, third in the night. And then, after finishing my workout, I come, I cook for myself. I plan my day. And I think by 11 or 12 noon, I'm in front of my laptop. I have my Zoom meetings or whatever work I have to do. Between 12 to 5, I'm usually working, taking a break for lunch, taking a 20-minute nap, having my chai. I do that. 5:30, I shut my laptop. I'm out for a walk or a bicycle. And yeah, evening is catching up with friends and just, or it's just reading a book in a corner in my room, and I'm off by 11:30. So, and I'm learning piano, so I practice sometimes. I have a class once a week. So yeah, that's how my day is. It's pretty fulfilling at the moment.
Would you describe yourself as a team worker or a lone worker?
I would love to work in a team if I had one, if everything is very harmonious. But of whatever stories I've heard in the corporate structure about politics and all that jazz, I'm actually very glad that I have been a lone worker since my first job. When I was in an art gallery, I was a one-woman army. In my second job, I was a one-woman army working as project head for that conference. And even right now, I do have a team in the sense that just like me, we have a China head, we have somebody heading Latin America, and we have somebody heading Japan. And we all come under our boss. We are 5 of us together. So we are a team, but we're pretty spread out. But being a sole worker, I think the biggest challenge is to keep yourself motivated, because I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I have to do everything. I have to decide when I work. So my Monday could be my Sunday, And my Sunday could also be my Monday. I could take a full break Monday and Tuesday, and I could work Wednesday to Saturday or Friday. So I have to plan my day. So sometimes there is a lag because you're like, kal kar lenge. You kind of procrastinate. It's very normal because we're all humans. But it has really helped me become a decision maker, because you have to decide for the company. You have to take decisions. Yes, you take approval from boss, but you have to strategize and brand, and I have to plan events for the company, and I have to, think about the finances, the budgets. So being a sole worker has really helped me decide and be quick in whatever so I think it even reflects in your real life, and it really helps.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with a company or being with like-minded people. It's fun working with the team as well. But I'm happy working solo. And because I've been happy working solo for how many years it's been now? 12 years I've been working? No, 8 with these, 6 with them, 6 and 8. Kitna hota hai, jaldi batao?
14.
14 and then 4 in between. I've been working for 18 years. Wow. As a sole worker. So now if you put me in a company, it would be a very, very difficult for me.
So one simple question. How do you handle failure?
How do I handle failure? I think failure is a teacher. If you look at it like that, it's all about how you look at failure. It is nothing more than, it just reminds us to revise our strategy. Okay, if this didn't work, let's try something else, and it might just work. It has, a lot of people look at failure as a negative word, but it's hard. We know, like, failing is hard, we know, but I think it's your response to failure that really matters. How you respond to failure. Now, why do we know failure? Because we know success. Why do we know happiness? Because we know sadness, right? It's like inhale, exhale. And if we know that life is not just about happy, 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 happy moments, there will be sad moments. You're so happy, you will be sad. That's the reason they say create a balance in life. You should never be too ecstatic, and you should never be like, morose and like sad, and victimize yourself. Like I said in the first question, that challenges come in life, in everybody's life. Now, and we have to, this is life ka definition hi hai. Life is about living, but living doesn't mean there won't be challenges or struggles. There will be struggles in life. Now, what did past 2 years teach us? Past 2 years taught us so much, taught us family values, taught us to be together, taught us to have skills other than what we are doing to survive. So many people lost their jobs, Would you call them failure? Maybe it was written, maybe they found themselves in losing something. You find something also, we forget. And I think challenges is what makes life really interesting, and overcoming them, it makes life more meaningful. So I think failure is a teacher. I would rather look at it like that. Yeah. And I would advise all of you also to never take it to heart if you fail. It's all right if you fail. You are meant to fail. You're not meant to be like succeed and always be happy. It's a very wrong thing if that's what we are taught. It's all right to fail, and it's good to fail, because you'll find something really meaningful out of that.
Can you please outline the process on how you set goals for yourself?
There was a time I used to set goals for myself, not anymore. I think coming back to what I was saying previously about when COVID hit, how it actually taught us there is no point of having long-term goals. What will I do thinking, what will I do 5 years down the line, or how do I look at myself 5 years down the line does not make sense. Can I spend the next 24 hours with myself and make them more meaningful and more fulfilling is what I look at. I now have short-term goals rather than thinking, acha 5 saal baad mere paas ye hoga, bangla hoga, gaadi hogi, ye itna bank balance hoga. No. That idea has gone about, oh, at 40 I'll retire and live, take a villa with a swimming pool, and like, again, coming back to that when life put us in this situation of 2 years lockdown, nothing to do, figure it out yourself, figure it out how you feed yourself. There were no grocery stores open. How did we all manage? There is no point having a long-term goal. I think I only plan my 24 hours. Who knows, I'll wake up tomorrow, I'll not wake up tomorrow, who knows? So if I wake up tomorrow, the first thing I do is I'm very thankful that I'm alive. And then I plan my 24 hours that, okay, I have these 24 hours, let's pack them, let's make them interesting, let's make it meaningful. And yes, if I fail, I'll not beat myself to it. If I'm not able to with what I planned for the day, then I'll not beat myself down. I'll do as my heart says. So yeah.
Okay, so what is the most interesting project that you have worked on?
What is the most interesting project I have worked on? I actually did not think about this question at all. Okay, let's see. Did I write about this? How have I worked? I mean, I'll be very diplomatic that everything that I've done has been very interesting. I think I'll always remember the first exhibition that I did with Palette Art Gallery when I joined the gallery. That gallery is owned by Rohit Gandhi, Rahul Khanna. They're fashion designers in Delhi. When I joined the gallery, it was the opening show of the gallery. And it was my first job immediately after college. And the show was called The Bombay Boys. You can Google it also. And these were 20 artists from Mumbai, now Bombay, now Mumbai, who were exhibiting in that show. And that first show was such a hit, such a success. I was so glad to be part of that. It was a very iconic show. For me, immediately out of college, meeting these icons, those artists are now very, very, like, they are legends of the contemporary art scene, and they're the ones who've taken the contemporary art scene global. So I feel very blessed that I was part of that whole experience, meeting all of them, and putting the whole show up. Like, I think those exhibitions for me that I did for 6.5 years, and the people that I have met, that was a very, very interesting time for me at the art gallery. And I met a few legends like Jahangir Sabawala and Jogen Chaudhary and Ranjit Hoskot, like from curators to gallerists to artists who now are no more. But when I look back at the journey, I think, there were some very interesting projects I did. but I'll always remember Bombay Boys because it was the first of my, it was a Kickstarter to my career. So.
Yeah. So the last question for today is that, what's that one most important advice that you would give to the younger generation?
Okay, the most important advice I would give to younger generation is something that I already said, that failure is a teacher. It's all right to fail. Also, take the onus of your life. Be the CEO of your life. Stop saying, follow the gut feeling. I think it's very important. And I think I was reading somewhere that gut feeling is real. There is that feeling that we say is really coming from inside, and I want to follow my instinct and I know I can do well. Follow that. If you have to fight the world for it, do it. But like I said, be the CEO of your life, take the onus, because if you don't, then you will be the victim and you'll be like, mummy ne bola tha isliye kiya, papa ne bola tha, dadi ne bola tha isliye kiya, ab main succeed nahi ho raha because. Stop victimizing yourself. If you take that onus and start owning life, and follow what you're passionate about, then just go ahead. And again, in that journey, remember, failure and success is all part of the journey. Yeah. Because if you choose what you want to do, and if you fail, at least you'll not blame anyone. You'll blame yourself. That's like, okay, it didn't work. Let's move ahead. Let's try something else. Let's re-strategize. There won't be a victim mentality for any of you. So yes, that's my advice to you guys. And I would also like to give an advice to parents if they will be looking at this video. My advice to parents is actually a quote of B.K. Shivani, which I recently read and I found it really beautiful. It said that parents are always right. Kids are also always right. Yeah. From their perspective, do not call them wrong. Wrong is rejection. They are right. What they're doing may be wrong. Reject the doing, but accept your child.
With this, we come to the end of this interview. Thank you so much, Aditi ma'am, for taking out a precious time for this interview. We got a very valuable lesson from you today that we should always chase our passion and not just blindly follow the trend, just because everyone is doing it. It has been rightly said, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in life. Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes,
much, ma'am.
please follow your heart, and thank you so much for having me. I totally enjoyed this, and thank you for keeping you hanging yesterday. There was electricity issue here, and it was really nice knowing all of you. And I wish you all the luck in life and all the
Thank
very
you very
best
much.
if you have exams coming. And if any of you wants to go study at SVA, you know where to come. You need to come to me. So all the best. I would actually love to visit your I would love to visit your school, even if it is virtually, if you want to put me in touch with your school counselor, because I do have students from DPS Vasant Kunj, DPS Mathura Road, DPS Gurgaon, I visit. I have met Aditi Mishra ma'am, who is heading all the DPSs, I think. But yeah, if you think you want to help me with a virtual visit to students from 11th and 12th who want to get in touch with me, I'm always here. You have my email, you have everything. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so
Have a good
much.
day.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Have a
Thank you.
good day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.